she says, well, I get one of those things too. He says, just as soon as I close this damn door.
Welcome back to this free commercial joke show. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have all the way from Prince Down to tell us a joke on our joke hour. Our special guest tonight, Mr. Stephen Batchelor.
All right. How you doing?
How are ya?
All right. There's this married man and woman there in the city all of their lives, and they've never been out in the country. So one Sunday they decided to go for a drive through the country, and they saw a bull and a cow going at it. So the woman, she didn't know, she never saw anything like that before. So she said to her husband, what are they doing? And he said, they're knitting. And they drove a little piece farther, and they saw a couple of sheep going at it. She said, what are they doing? He said, oh, they're knitting too. Then they went a little piece farther, and they saw a couple of dogs going at it. She said, what are they doing? And he said, they're knitting too. Well, that night she said, what do you say you and I'll do a little bit of knitting? So they started to knit and knit away, and they kept it going, and at last he stopped. And she said, what happened? Did you run out of wool? He said, no, I still have a whole ball left, but my heel is bent.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back after this free commercial.
Free commercial?
We have David Swanwhite.
Hey, Swan's late.
So long.
Dave Perry. He's from Bridgewater, Nova Scotia, wherever that is. And here he is to introduce, or to tell us about something. Thank you.
There was this guy and this girl. They were dating for about 5 or 6 years. Anyway, they never had any sex or anything. You know, goody-goodies.
Nobody knows.
So anyway, they was right in love, and they decided, well, we're going to get married. So anyway, they got married. This guy who was 40 years old, he couldn't wait to get her into it. So anyway, she said, dear, she said, I'm going to the bathroom, get cleaned up. She said, well, come out in a second, jump under the covers. So she went into the bathroom, got cleaned up. She came back out, and he was sitting back in the bed, and he started getting undressed. So first of all, he took off his shirt, and he started taking off his pants, pulled his pants down and over his knees. She said, dear, she said, what's wrong with your knees? He said, oh, that's measles. She said, oh, you must be measles. No, measles. Only gets you in the knees. So then, she says, oh, okay. So then he takes off his pants and takes off his socks. And she said, oh my God, what happened to your toes? He said, that's polio. She said, you must be polio. No, he said, it's polio. It only gets you in the toes. Oh, okay. So he takes off his underwear. She says, don't tell me, small cocks.
Parental guidance is recommended. Ladies and gentlemen, we have something different on the joke hour. We have what they call a riddle minute. And we have Carl Robichaud with a riddle. Carl, take her over.
I got a little riddle you can ask your girlfriend. What goes in hard and stiff and comes out soft and sticky?
I don't know, I give up what?
Sticky gum.
Ladies and gentlemen, you wanted me to say the good-looking one, but I don't agree with you, Marvin.
Don't forget, go.
There was this fat lady sitting at a bar. She said, tender bar, give me a martini. So she drank it. She said it 2 minutes later, tender bar, give me a martini. So she got that, she drank it. Third time, she goes, tender bar, give me another martini. I got heartburn. So the bartender gives it to her and he says, look, first, it's not tender bar, it's bartender. Second, it's not martini, it's martini, it's martini. Third, your tits is hanging in the ashtray.
What was more to it?
Ladies and gentlemen, I said I would never have another riddle on my show, but we do from our another very special guest, Lorna Sloan White. I'll take a bow.
What's the definition of indecent?
I don't know, I give up. What's the
Yeah.
definition of indecent?
If it's long enough, hard enough, and in far enough, it's indecent.
Now I'm gonna say, and now a word from our sponsors, and then I put it over to you.
everything?
And then I put it over to
Give me
you.
a
On the hint. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back right after a word from our sponsors. Stay tuned.
Now, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
said 2 seconds!
Okay. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce our island beer. It comes from Prince Edward Island. It's brewed on the island, and it's drank on the island. It's drank all over the world. And it's being exported to Germany, France, and every other country. It only sells for $1 a pint, and if you want more than 1 pint, you can get 2 pints. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget now, it's called Good Old Abbey Beer. The next time you buy beer, be sure it's Old Abbey. Thank you.
He works for Sam when he feeds it.
You know, he might too.
It's still going.
That was good, Steve. I like that.
I can be cash. No more.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to my wife. And there's a story behind this here little wife here of mine. I married her, and we never had sex before we married her, so I didn't know what she was like a bit. So anyway, I married her, took her home on our honeymoon, and I found out that she wouldn't open her legs for me. So I went to the doctor, and I asked him what was wrong. I said, I can't get my wife to open up her legs. He says, well, he says, go home, and he says, just bend her a little bit, he says. She'll open her legs, and then, so he goes, and I go and bend my wife. She's still not open her legs. Can you shut it off for me? She still never opened her legs. So he goes back to the doctor. He says, well, you just try bending her knees. So I go home and I bend my wife's knees. She still won't open her legs, as you can see. She's still just lying there. So I go back to the doctor again. He says, well, he says, you bent her body and you bent her knees. I told him that I did. He says, well, he says, point her toes up so she'll be able to open her legs better that way. So I go home and I bend her toes. Like so. I bent her knees and I bent her toes. There's her toes. And she still wouldn't open up her legs. So I couldn't figure out why she wouldn't open up her legs. So I went back to the doctor. And I asked the doctor, I said, she still won't open her legs. I said, I bent her body, I bent her knees, and I pointed her feet. And I said, she still won't open her legs when I make love to her. I said, what can I do? I says. So he says, listen, he says, I really don't know. He says, maybe if you go home and kiss her, maybe she'll open up her legs. So I said, what the hell? Try anything. So I went home and I kissed her, so I put her down, and there she opened up her legs. Doesn't like you.
Why don't we need to do it all over again? So,
Yeah, I need one more.
You have to me get it so you know what to do, and then you should set it done.
Here. I mean, I can set that up in front of the camera, and it's already on.
This trick is gonna cost a fortune in toothpicks.
Okay. How do you make a manhole out of that only moving 2 toothpicks?
Give up.
Nobody knows. I'll show you how to make a manhole out of these with the only moving
I
2
do.
toothpicks.
How do I do it?
1, 2. It's good. That's a good one. Mine, girl?
Up in front of the camera.
Well, that's the best time to do the camera.
The camera's not on, see?
Well, okay, Steve, okay, I got one thing to say before he does put the camera on, right? Okay. Now, I'm gonna make this here video, right? No, it is on. Okay, well, we're gonna make this, listen to me, Steve, I'm talking to you. Steve, don't nobody talk to me. I'm on the black.
You are back.
Okay, what's I saying? I'm a kid, it's just,
It's just
What
scratching.
you got? Put it in the ashtray.
no, okay.
Okay.
What was I gonna say?
Before I was rudely interrupted.
Right, what was I gonna say? What was I interrupted?
Go to video. We're gonna.
All right, I'm making this here whole video, you know, and it's gonna be through like participation, do push-ups with a friend. I'm looking for a friend.
You won't find me.
Keep on going, sucker.
There you go, I guess James Bond has got it made, and I'm still trying to get it made, laid, and whatever else.
Where's the punchline? Was that the joke?
The punchline is I wanna make a video, right?
Oh, hair 6'6", John.
Do push-ups with a friend, right? I'm looking for a friend. You know when you do push-ups, it's going on to, well, you know. Well, no, you don't know. You're
In
still
other words,
Everybody. There's 800 million Chinese in the world. 800 million Chinese in the world.
Yes, sir.
If I was a general, I would attack by 8. Kill 400 million on top. Smother them mothers.
Mother, you know what? What is the
Johnny
difference?
did it first.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man behind the camera has the joke. He is a joke, but he has a joke. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dale Eichel. That's my name. Johnny.
Okay, this is these 2 hunters in the woods.
Tommy Hunter.
Shut up, Johnny.
Be quiet.
One hunter had to get up to get a little cover. So he went in the bushes and he squatted down and he hit a bear trap. Oh. And the other guy said, "What's the matter?" He says, "Squatted." No, keep it